In 2011, Scott Alcott undertook major rejuvenation work on the Kona orchard in Bundaberg that resulted in substantial improvements to both tree health and productivity. 5 years on, these changes have seen Kona become one of the top performing farms among those participating in industry benchmarking. He explained some of the original rejuvenation work that started him on this journey.
So Kona was sitting at around about 2 to 3 tonne to the hectare, and the trees were in decline. We had a lack of leaf, and basically we needed to lift our productivity, and to do that we had to bring in the pruners, cut back some of that dead wood, and then we started bringing in the mill mud, putting it up underneath the trees where the feeder roots were, and we could see the canopy starting to grow back.
Encouraged by the results of the rejuvenation work, Scott is now further adjusting and refining management on this farm to get the most out of the now productive trees.
So in the last couple of years on Kona, we've basically tried to fix that last 20%, and in doing that we've had to concentrate on our orchard floor. We've grown our grass up underneath this skirt line a lot more. We've intensified our water program, we've added organic matter in the form of compost, and basically we've now, in the last year, started selective limb removal as well. None of it's cheap and none of it's quick, and it's taken around about 3 to 4 years to actually bring the production back up to 4 or 5 tonne to the hectare.
Improving soil health and maintaining soil moisture is an important part of Scott's ongoing management.
So with regards to our soil health, we've basically concentrating our efforts and a lot of the money spent on trying to lift that organic matter level. And in doing that, what we're trying to do is grow our soil more than our tree. Our belief now is that if we've got a healthy soil, that'll take care of the growth of the tree and producing more nut. Having that moisture in the soil, I think is key as well. Having a bone dry surface that's hard and baked doesn't have much biology. There's no soil health there. So we're putting on a lot more water than we ever used to. We were putting on around about 4 meg to the hectare. This last season we put on 6 megalitres to the hectare, and that was on the back of rain as well. Doesn't mean to say we're going to maintain that. We'd like to think we can reduce our water applications through basically having that mulch layer on the surface of the trees.
Scott has also revised his nutrition program to complement his focus on improving soil health and soil biology.
When we first started, we were growing leaf to try and get more canopy back into the tree, and we did have high rates of N and potassium, N and K. But now we've managed to reduce that, putting on a lot of softer type fertilisers in the form of humates and a lot more calcium than we ever used to, and molasses and fish, sea salt. None of them are cheap, but basically I contribute our hard production to the balance, I guess, of getting your chemical fertilisers along with those softer approach nutritionally based products.
With healthier trees resulting in denser canopies, maintaining light and spray penetration have become a priority.
So with our pruning program, we are still using a hedger. We're using, it's probably more of a trim than a prune. And Kona's had some form of hedging in the last 8 years, so we haven't stopped doing that. But what we have noticed is we've grown more canopy, probably not so much in height, but we've got a denser tree, and we've got to try and make sure that our light's penetrating the centre of our tree, and so we have taken on a selective limb removal program. With that we're hoping to get better spray penetration and increase in light.
So based on the experience of the last 5 years, where to from here for the Kona orchard?
Well, definitely to aim for higher production, and I think improved light through the canopy, and I guess just ongoing improving our soils and our soil health is probably something that we will focus our time and our money on. You got to spend money to make money, and that is so real in life, and I think it's proven here in this orchard, amongst a lot of my orchards actually, that you've really got to spend the money to make it, and it doesn't happen overnight. You got to put your hand in your pocket, you got to put it back into your soil, and it takes, like I say, 3 years basically, but the returns are so worthwhile. We hope to sort of maintain that 4 to 5 and maybe even go higher in the future, and that's just through basically orchard floor management. I think the other thing that we have accepted over the years is that it's not so much a spend per hectare. I think it's more of a cost per kilo return. So I think if you can analyse your business or your orchard by having a cost per kilo, I think that's going to give you a better snapshot than a simple figure that's per hectare. I think that's only one side of the story, and I think having your cost per kilo gives both sides of the story.